Joesph, we're here in San Diego. You're out here homeless.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It's interesting, and it has its good and it has its bad days. And for an example, some people are out here because they're really down on their luck, and they're trying to struggle. Then we have some of those men and women that are out here that are professional bums who are satisfied to take their money and spend it on drugs and alcohol and stuff because they know that there's places that they can go eat, shower, and get clothes. But then they make it more rough for some of us that are out here that are just trying to get through day by day. For example, where we are standing at now, there is approximately 1, 2, and 3 parking lots. I came through here the other day and it is unbelievable how filthy all 3 of these parking lots were. All the trash that, if you gonna dig in the garbage cans, put the trash back in it. That's the reason why we are, if you have a backpack, you're carrying plastic bags, or you're pulling a cart, you must be bad news. I'm 75 years old, okay? I don't intend to be living on these streets. I just ran into some bad luck, and whoever got me cleaned me out. But here nor there, what they did not take is my serenity. Yeah. And so I'll continue. One of my friends who camps with me had multi-seizures today. He doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, and if you don't put a Dr. Pepper or a Mountain Dew or an orange Powerade or water in front of him, he won't drink it. But the last one that he had, we was up at Catholic Charities, and I had to call the paramedics because unfortunately he was sitting on a bench this time, and he lost a lot of blood. When I finish doing what I'm doing, I will call the hospital and see what kind of condition he is in, and then I will go through this bag and I will take him some clean clothes.
Well, you're in good spirit. You're in really good spirits, and you're getting around now. I noticed you because you're walking with a cane.
Yes, sir.
And you're pushing a buggy.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you have some sight problems.
January 26, 1983, I was coming out of a grocery store. And at the hands of a 14-year-old child, I woke up 5 months later to find myself laying in a hospital bed. And I thought I fell and bumped my head. Unfortunately, there's a store and there's a video arcade. And that's it in that parking lot. Well, unfortunately, that child was coming out of there, and I guess he was crossing the parking lot. And unbeknownst, he found in the parking lot a locked and loaded .357 Magnum. He picked it up and he was looking at it, and I guess that had my name on it because it entered here and it came here. And he called the paramedics, the fire department, and the police. They gave a 14-year-old child, an honor roll student in school, 20 years. It took me about 16 months with the help of some attorneys to get him out of prison.
You went and helped the kid that shot you?
Yeah, I believed him.
Wow.
Nobody in that store called the paramedics. That child called the paramedics, the fire department, and the police. I heard all 3 911 calls. You understand? So why don't you go do something to the idiot that you thought was responsible enough to give that gun to? Well, the person they thought was responsible enough was a parole officer. And now he has to keep working.
You're a good man, sir.
So he can put bread on his table.
You're a good man, sir.
January 15th, that young man got married.
Wow.
And you're talking to his best man.
Wow.
You understand? They just had their second child in February.
Wow.
And you're talking to their children's godfather.
Wow. I could talk to you forever, but
Yeah.
obviously you're disabled. Why are you not in housing? How come nobody's helped you get into housing?
Because of my disability, a lot of people will not take you in. If you're in a wheelchair or you're visually impaired or something, you have a hard time getting in. And if you try to get into some kind of rehab centers or something like that and you're on medications, they won't let you in.
Oh my gosh, but you're sleeping outside, man.
I sign up every Wednesday up there. I'm on a list that's probably 4 months long to get inside St. Vincent's. You go to the San Diego Rescue Mission on Mondays. If they have any beds available, then you'll get one. In order to make sure you're one of the first 3 or 4 people in line, camp across the street from it. If they have any beds available, then they take you in an intake. If they don't, you're not there. Trust me that I am trying, and I don't look at this as a punishment.
Right.
I look at this as a meeting. I call them my brothers and sisters. And if you're hungry and I got it, I'm going in my bag and give it to you.
Yeah.
If you need something to drink or water or something of that nature, then I'll help you.
We need more people like you, my friend.
Well, we're trying.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Get off me. Unity. Salvation. And a blessing on our men and women and our boys and girls that are on our highways and our byways and our streets on each and every day. And I just don't mean our neighbors here, from here nor far, because the tragedy don't just happen here, it happens all over the world. And that's where we're going at now. They said, you didn't say you wanted your sight back, because I didn't lose my sight. I lost my vision.
Huh.
But I got my sight right here.
Wow.
Thanks to God.
Wow.
And what I see, I wish everybody could see.
Right.
See, you guys wake up to the beautiful sights of colors. I wake up every morning to the beautiful sounds of colors. And we see the same thing.
Right.
Okay?
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Can I ask you guys where you guys from?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the videotape. We try to
Okay.
keep them short.
Amen.
So, and then we'll continue talking.
Okay.
You're
sounds
awesome.
good. You guys, it's wonderful.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
And thank you guys.